If you are new to animation and you want to know what gear you need to start off, well, then this video is for you. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at young animators and those who are starting out their animation journey. Now in today's video I am going to talk a little bit about the gear that you need when you start out animating. So this is really it is actually a very difficult topic to talk about because there's so many variables to consider. Do you do 2D animation, 3D animation? Do you want to do your own modeling when you do 3D animation? Are you going to create your own drawings? All of those kind of things. So there's really a lot of things to consider, but I'm going to really try and make it as simple as possible, just so that you can get started, because I truly believe that the best way to learn animation is to actually start animating. So what I want to do is I want you to start animating and start your journey and to learn and get it going, because that's the only way you're going to improve. And that's why also I have a free training, online training video that you can take. It is for those who haven't animated yet but want to start out, and it's a free online training video, and it will actually teach you the basics. And once you've finished that video, it is like a 90-minute video. By the end of that video, you would have completed your very own animation. So it is a great way to learn, because you're actually going to sit with me step by step and follow a few things, and you will complete your very own animation. And that is the purpose of this video as well. I want to give you the basics so that you can start animating, because we can go into the different variables and dive deep into everything regarding animation, but my purpose is for you to start, because that's once you start it, you will get to grow and learn more, and you will learn faster by actually animating. So this video is aimed to those who are starting out and who wants to animate today. By the end of this video, you have enough knowledge to go and start creating your first animation. So I'm gonna look at two different types of animations, 2D animation and 3D animation, because I do think 3D animation at the moment is very popular, and I think there's a bigger market for 3D animators as well. So I'm gonna look at both. I'm more into 2D animation. But again, like I say, I truly believe there's a lot of 3D animators out there, maybe a bit more than 2D animation. I think there's a bigger interest, so I'm going to look at both. So the first thing you're going to need when you start out animation is you're going to need a computer. Now, if you want to go for PC or a Mac, that doesn't matter. I think everyone have their own preferences. I love to use a PC. I've been using a PC my whole life. I just find it so much easier. But then you have people that prefer Mac because they worked on a Mac their whole life and they find it much easier. So it doesn't matter whether you use a PC or a Mac. I do think it does come into play depending on the software that you're going to use. But other than that, I think it's truly up to you what you want to use. Spec wise, now again, this will depend. Do you do 2D animation or 3D animation? Obviously, if you do 3D animation, you're going to need a much bigger PC with more specs, great graphics card, all of that. Now, I'm not a computer tech guy, so I'm not going to go into the specs of a computer. I think it will be much better for you to just do your research regarding that. But you can, with a decent PC, you'll be able to do your 2D animations. But if you're going to do 3D animations, you'll have to spend a little bit of money to get a decent graphics card. You'll have to get good CPU and RAM and all of that. So it really depends on what you're gonna do. So do your research on what PC you need. The easiest way is actually to see what are the specs needed for the software you're going to run. So all the software will have recommended specs, so you can use that as your guideline on what type of PC you're going to need. But obviously the golden rule is always the better or the faster the better. So the faster your CPU, the better. The bigger the RAM, the better. Or the more memory you have, the better. So obviously see what's the best PC you can get for what you can afford. Maybe you do have a PC and you just have to upgrade a few things. Maybe you just need a new graphics card. So yeah, it really depends on what you're gonna do. So do your homework on what PC or what specs you're gonna need. But like I've mentioned, the easiest way to see what specs what type of specs you're looking at to get a new PC is just look at the recommended specs for the software that you're going to use. So the first thing obviously is a PC. You're going to need a PC or a Mac to do your animations, 2D or 3D animations. The second thing you're going to need obviously is your software. So as a beginner, there's so many different softwares out there. There's Blender for 3D, which is free, so you don't even have to purchase software. So it is an awesome 3D animation software. So if you want to go into 3D animation, you can go for Blender. I do have Blender, but to be honest with you, I really struggle to learn it. It's a little bit complicated for me. I really struggle. I think if the reason why I'm struggling is because I'm trying to learn it over YouTube, and it is like different videos on different topics. And I do think if I just take an online course, a Blender course, I think I will learn it so much easier and quicker, and I will understand it because everything is presented step by step, and I don't have to go and search on YouTube for certain videos on how to do certain things. So Blender is a little bit of complicated, but there's other software, Maya, which is an industry standard, Cinema 4D and all of that. So there's a lot of software out there. The one that I like to use, especially as a beginner, I'm not a trained 3D animator. I'm more into 2D animation, but I have done some 3D animation in the past for some of the shows on my streaming platform. And the software that I use is iClone. So if you can get iClone and then also Character Creator 3, it's made by the same company, Reallusion. They really make things so much easier for you. For character creators, Character Creator 3 is very easy to customize your own characters and create new characters. iClone also works with motions, so you can, if you don't know how to animate and all of that and you're just starting out, you can it comes with motions, or you can go on their website and you can purchase more motions and you can just drag it onto your character and your character would walk or sit or talk. So it's a very user-friendly software, and it's easy for any beginner to start off with. And the reason why I like it is you will learn the basics of 3D animation, and as you improve in iClone and you've got your basic knowledge, then you can always go up to Blender or Maya or all the other software, the industry standard software, because you've got that background knowledge. You will much easier learn those software and understand all the terminology and all of that so much easier. So I would recommend to start out with iClone 7, that is the current version, and then also with Character Creator. And what is nice, it also really works well with Dash 3D, so you can actually go and purchase props and scenes and characters and clothing and all of that from Daz, and you can easily import it into iClone. So the possibilities are just endless. So for 3D animation, I would recommend go with iClone, but if you want to go directly into Blender or Maya, you can, but it's just much harder learning curve to start off with. You'll have to go and take some courses, but with iClone, because it's so easy, you can really learn everything you want with all the tutorials on the Reallusion website. So I would recommend going for iClone for 3D animation to start off with, and then for 2D animation I would recommend Cartoon Animator 4. It is made by the same company, Reallusion, and the reason why I managed to learn iClone so easy, because the interface is a lot the same as Cartoon Animator 4, and I've worked on Cartoon Animator 4 for a very long time. I do all my 2D animations on it, and because the interface is much the same, it also have motions. It was really easy for me to understand and grasp iClone, and I could create some great animations on iClone as well. So it was a great big it really helps me, because now, because the interface is much the same, you can, if you understand the one, you will easily understand the other one. So that really opened it up for me to be able to do 2D animation and 3D animation, and that really helps me a lot. It really understands or helps me understand the whole animation as a whole, 2D animation and 3D animation. So to have that knowledge in both fields is really a good thing. So I would really recommend you guys starting off with those software. For 3D animators, iClone 3 and Character Creator 3, and for 2D animators, Cartoon Animator 4. So I would start off with that. If you want to know more about Cartoon Animator 4 and why I recommend the software for new beginners, I've got a video up here. You can just click on it and you can check it out, where I go a bit more in detail regarding Cartoon Animator 4 and why I recommend that software for 2D animators to begin with. So just a quick recap. For animation software, there's a lot of software out there, but I would highly recommend you start off with Cartoon Animator 4 for 2D animation, or iClone 7 and Character Creator 3 for your 3D animation. And if you can, do both 2D animation and 3D animation, because you will understand so much more. You're more diversified in your craft. You can do 2D animation and 3D animation, and it really opens up so many more opportunities for you in the future when you create your own animation studio. Maybe one day you've got a background in both. So I would really recommend those software to start off with. Now the next thing is, do you need a drawing tablet? Now this really depends on what you want to do. If you are not going to create your own 2D characters and scenes and props, then you don't need a drawing tablet. So in my case, I do have a drawing tablet that I use because I create my own characters and my own props. But for instance, with iClone and with Cartoon Animator 4, you can actually go and purchase characters and props and scenes. So there's a whole website where you can get awesome professional looking characters. So if you can't draw, or you don't have the budget for a drawing tablet yet, you don't need a drawing tablet when you start out with. If you really want to take it seriously and you can draw and you want to create your own characters, then obviously yes. But if you're just learning, if you're starting out and you just want to improve your animation first before you get to creating your own characters and scenes and props, then you don't need a drawing tablet. You can start off with by purchasing props and characters, etc. And the same for 3D. There are loads of websites where you can purchase 3D characters and props and scenes. That is how I do it. I don't know how to do any 3D modeling. It's something that I really would like to do. I'm really interested in doing it, but I can't. So I go and purchase my 3D characters and scenes. And the good thing with Character Creator 3 is you can modify your characters. So I can really purchase something, but then I can go and I can make it my own. I can give it my own unique style and twist to it, to make it unique to my show. So it's not like a thing that everyone who purchased from a certain website, all of their stuff will look exactly the same. So that is when it comes to a drawing tablet. It really depends. Do you want to draw your own characters and props or not? But I really do think that it is a good investment to get your own drawing tablet. And again, there's such a wide variety of sizes and what a drawing tablet can do, so it really depends on you. But you don't need a drawing tablet to start off with. So guys, that is it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see, you don't need a lot of things to start animating. It is actually really easy. All you need is a computer and software, and you can actually start animating. So again, if you are new to animation and you really want to start, you don't want to just sit and watch YouTube videos and learn about animation, you actually want to start animating, well then again, go and sign up for that free video training of mine. By the end of that video, you would have created your very own animation. So I truly believe that's the best way to learn, is to actually start animating, and that is why I've called this YouTube channel Start Animating. So guys, again, if you like this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button and also click on that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithms, and it will help me to support this channel. So guys, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, God bless.